Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing today? This is Ms. Natural Hair Care Practitioner Tutor. I am also known online as Miss Janice, the Word Reader, because when I want to learn something, I read every word. It's nice to be with you all today. I'm gonna try my best to relax and sit back today. We're going over. We're continuing to go over our natural hair care practitioner module. Uh, I think this is about the fourth or the fifth time we've done it. We did not go over the pages on yesterday, but we went further, meaning after the pages, what do you do? After you or before you take your sit down exam, what do you do? And we went over the paperwork. So I hope that was very helpful. It was helpful to me. I got an opportunity to explain so much regarding that and taking your life into your own hands and basically taking your life back. Sometimes things happen in our lives, whereas we are just not ready to go any further. We want to stop or we want to start hiding what we've done or the mistakes that we made. Don't do that. You got to come out of it sometime. And what a better time to do it than the now. I also want you to know, hold on, I'm flipping through the pages, trying to find out where I'm going to turn my, there you go, page 147. Yep. Okay. And I don't do everything before I come online because I want something to do while I'm working. I want to show you that as you are tutoring or as you are going over your book online live, doing your best to get in front of people, doing your best to talk to the camera, explaining yourself, constantly looking to your right. Mine is on the right, so constantly looking to your right to see if anybody wrote anything, any questions that they have for you to answer, and make sure you greet the people that come on. One day, I did greet the person that came on, and I said, "Well, God bless you," and then I looked, and they wrote something fresh, not meaning like hot off the press fresh or word of knowledge, wisdom fresh. It was like fresh, meaning something that they shouldn't put on there. And they found out they did that to the wrong person and they erased it. And I felt better. Okay, Let's get to work. We're talking about disorders today. And the one that we want to remind you about is the techorexics nodosa or nodosa. No, it's no do SAA. SA. SAA. No do SA. So it's no dosa. That's what I call it. Now let me spell techorexis. It's TIC. So I said tech, so it should be tit or titchor, teachor, teachorexis. It's TICHORRHEXIS. And remember, I told you that might be a Latin word. Tetrorexis nodosa is knotted hair, which is a brush like spreading out of the fibers of the broken off hair along the hair shaft. It is a dry, brittle condition that includes formation of nodular swelling along the hair shaft and breaks easily. Hmm. Now, after this, I'm going to go through the lesson again, and not today. I mean, after we get done with this one, I'm going to go through the lesson again, like real flipping real, and then I'm gonna separate the pages that I don't know and the ones that I do know. And that's one of the things that you should do, because I'm finding out that if you continually go over what you already know, that gets better. But then you're finding things like, I don't remember even learning about that. Now I know I learned about this one because the ones that I really don't know, I find myself spelling. So Tichorexis nodosa is a knotted hair that is brushed. excuse me, that is a brush like spreading out of the fibers of the broken off hair along the hair shaft. It is a dry, brittle condition that includes formation. And to me, it sort of sounds like my locks. Let me show them to you. I know it's going to be cold out there, but this is how they look without me doing anything to them. And usually, as I'm working on the module with you, I'll play in my hair, I'll fix my hair, I'll separate my ends. Look how long some of them are. I mean, this is just the ends. We're not talking about. And then I'm finding out that there's a lot of these. Not a lot, but I don't know if you can see it or not. It's right here. Let me hang it right there. There's several of those, and look how long. And then what happens is the hair, these hairs, like they lock, not with anything, wherever it can reach. Look how long it is. Anyway, that's basically how long my hair is, but it's locking, so it's getting shorter and shorter, and I'm loving every inch of it. I'm loving every inch of the shortness because I know it's locking, and it seems like it's getting like thicker, and the rubber bands are back on, so you can actually massage your hair, make sure that it has oil, that it's oiled. Okay, let's get back to work. Styles and techniques. Remember my style that I have, I call loose locks because it looks like loose hair, but if you try to put a comb through it, the comb is not going to go through it. And then the rubber bands is the protective style. Now you can do anything you want. You can roll it, twist it, but just one of the main things you want to do as a protective style is when you wash it. When you wash your hair, you can get it washed real well. Okay? All right. So natural, protective, or transitional styles. Now, what do you think is a transitional style? What would you consider a transitional style? I'll wait. What's coming to mind, I could be wrong, but what's coming to mind is when you do like a twist, your hair is wet, you twist your hair, and then you transition it to a twist out like that. That was one of them. One of the protective styles is styles where you just don't bother it too much. Just don't bother it too much. And that's one of the things that Miss Janice has a problem with. She has a very not good problem with touching her hair all the time. So, and as it locks, it gets harder and harder to do anything too. So, what I started doing is with when it was locked, I usually just braid them down, put them in the lock knots. You know those. That's not what they call. They're not called lock knots. I remember what they call as I'm reading through the book. I mean through the module. Oh, I don't have my towel, so now I really can't mess in my hair because usually my hair is oily, and I do not want the oil to get on the pages. Okay, so let's do styles and techniques, natural, protective, or transitional styles and techniques used in natural hair care. Okay, some styles and techniques take many hours to complete. Like one style that I know of, sister locks. Another one is when you're putting extensions in the hair. Another one is after the hair is done, you put beads in the hair. Another one like that. Okay, some styles take many hours to complete. More complex styles are not disposable to be casually brushed out, and with proper care can last up to 3 months. Some styles create a small amount of tension on the hair, and if properly started, there should be no pain, discomfort, or irritation to the scalp. And I like that. And that's what I'm finding out about this type of protective style. When I put the rubber band in, it could be a little or big rubber band, but I usually been using the big ones or the medium. I think this one can be. This one basically is a large. So these are large, and this one is larger than this one. So we'll use this one. Okay, so I pull it like this. I twist it once, and I just make sure that I get the loose hairs. Lately, I haven't been getting the loose hairs because I'm noticing that they're coming right back out because this is so loose on the lock. I pull the lock and I just lay the hair down. That's basically what I do. And then this because this one is so loose, this is how I take them out. I hold the lock and then it just comes off on my finger. Well, hair is short enough it can come off on my finger. I'll make sure that when it gets longer. And I'm doing a little better. These are still loose or very loose that I could just stick my finger through while it's like this. But I'm noticing, you know, that they are not only locked, but the ends have come loose on practically all of them, and now they're starting to do like this. So it's starting to coil on its own. I didn't do anything. Okay, styles and techniques. If the following occurs to the natural hair, permanent damage may be caused. Listen up. Improper tension, excessive amount of hair extensions. That means like you get your hair, you get extensions in your hair, and then you take it out and then redo it. And that's basically what I did with my locks. I need for my hair to grow in certain spots now, and if you notice how the parts are getting closer together, okay, and then around the ends. See, because I'm not bothering it as much, I'm not combing it, I'm not brushing it, I'm not putting any tension on it, and so it's growing. Look at the silver. Look at the silver. Anyway, so it's growing, and anytime you hear, I know you notice this already. Notice this already. Anytime you hear Miss Janice say the word growing, she gets this humongous on her face. Okay, and braid styles worn too long. We're talking about styles and techniques today. Styles and techniques. One of the styles and techniques that we're interested in, because remember, this is natural hair care practitioner module. So there is the opportunity to work with Miss Janice as a licensed natural hair practitioner who specializes in weaves. So a weave style is achieved by adding hair, either natural or synthetic, to the existing hair to either protect, add a new dimension or cover balding or thinning spots. See, because some people say, well, my hair came out there because I used to get weaves all the time. When you think about what it said, as a natural hair care practitioner, one of your main concerns is to not do improper tension, excessive amount of hair extensions. You need to be like, wait a minute, let your hair rest, let your hair breathe. We're going to take these out. Um, Miss Janice has some lock socks, or Miss Janice can create a fascinating hat for you. Anyway, and braid styles worn too long. So what you want to do, you want to not only do a protective style, but you want to protect the hair that you're working with. And you want to explain why and get them to know, get your clients to know why you are so protective of their head. Because you're training them how to take care of their natural hair. It's like you want them also to help you to take care of their hair. Okay, styles and technique weaves. Weave, a style achieved by adding hair, either natural or synthetic. Okay, so if you said synthetic, you go to the existing hair to either protect, add a new dimension, or cover balding or thinning spots. I never even thought of that. I just went straight to locks. I'm gonna try my best not to bother my hair. Styles and technique extensions. I am looking for a natural hair care practitioner who is going to specialize in doing extensions. I'm telling y'all now, a style achieved by securing wisps or strands of human hair, synthetic hair, or a combination of both to the base of the client's natural hair to add length, volume, texture, and color. Extensions, natural hair. Natural hair advantages, and I like this part because it's a pro. They're doing the pro and the cons of doing natural hair, synthetic hair, or natural synthetic. I think they only did those two. Okay, we'll see. Okay, natural hair appears more realistic. This is the advantage. Has a greater durability and tolerance to heat from a blow dryer, curling iron, or hot rollers, and can be custom colored or permed to suit the client. Okay, this is the disadvantages. Extensions of natural hair. Natural hair's disadvantages. Natural hair reacts to exposure to light by fading, to humidity by either frizzing or losing its curl, sounds like natural hair to me, and will break or split if mistreated by harsh brushing, back combing, or excessive use of heat. Extensions, but using synthetic hair. These are the advantages of using synthetic hair, besides the fact that it's not as expensive. Synthetic hair is practically, excuse me, synthetic hair is particularly strong and durable and can simulate natural hair with a luster look and feel. Is generally less expensive than natural hair and the color is timeless. The style will not change with exposure to humidity. Now that's the advantage or the pro. Here's the con or the negative, the disadvantage. Synthetic hair cannot be exposed to extreme heat. That means you cannot curl it basically with a curling iron. Coloring synthetic hair is not recommended due to traditional hair colors not being compatible, and some synthetic hair is so shiny it looks unnatural. Styles and techniques. One of the my best or the one of besides locks is a natural, is an afro, is a natural. One of the best natural hairstyles that I, besides locks, is the afro. I love the afro. Excuse me. Yes, it is after 9. I'm going to come on here early one day. I'm looking up there. Okay, styles and techniques. Afro. Afro, a style of tight curls on long or short, wavy, curly, coil, or high textured hair. Now remember, the wavy, curly, coily, they don't use nappy. Kinky, they use kinky. Okay, so it's straight, which is the O. Oh, that's not quite an O, but okay, that looks more like an O. Well, that's straight. Then you got wavy. Then you got curly. Then you got kinky, coily, kinky coily. And I'm the kinky coily lady. And then I'm not saying that it's a bad or a good thing. It's just that it's saying that that's the type of hair that you have. Okay, styles and techniques, starting with the afros. Afro twist extensions. Now, for an to receive a look of an afro twist extension, a style achieved when human or synthetic hair fibers are anchored to the natural hair with a braid and twist combination. And you understand what that means. You start off maybe one, two, three braid to keep it connected, and then you begin to twist. The two, three. I saw it looked like, I don't know if you've seen it before, but They call them gimps, and it's a type of plastic that's about I don't know if you can see my fingers, but it's really thin and flat. So it's about that thin and flat. And you usually make keychains out of it, but you do it in such a way that you can make different shapes out of it. And I have never seen that as a hairstyle, but I have seen the four strand twist, the three strand twist, and of course the traditional two strand twist. Which when we were coming up, we called them ponytails. Okay, and or combination, and then the Afro weave is a style achieved by attaching textured hair, which is on a whiff, and sewing it to the designated cornrow with cotton thread. Now, me personally, I like, and I'm not sure what it's called. I can't think of what it's called, but they braid your hair. They braid your hair back, and then they get a latch hook, and then they latch your hook hair through, and then they continue to put it through. Then, as you pull it through, you drop the latch hook, and then you do like this and pull the hair through that. And to me, it sort of reminds me of my knots. You know how I told you how I started my my loose locks at the end, even though they come out, but at the end, I just took my finger and kept pulling it through, just like you do. I think I'm gonna try that as a style. Yeah, yeah. See how long that would. Yeah. Anyway, see how long that would take. Okay, so that's the Afro weave, and it's a style achieved by attaching textured hair, which is on a whiff, and sewing it to the designated cornrow with cotton thread. And I believe now, I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember and talk at the same time. You notice I've been doing that a while, huh? Okay. So these are my tools of trade. This one right here, really, and the rubber band. But so far it's the J hook where you and I'm not gonna do it. I need a hair mannequin and I'll get one, but for right now, what I do is I stick this through the hair itself and then wow, this ain't even going through. Hold up. Thank you. Not doing it. My hair is locked. Anyway, you're gonna have to look at another video because I always talk about the J hook, and I just started talking about the curved needle. And they was talking about how this is the type of needle you use when you're sewing in hair. Excuse me. This is the type of needle that you use when you're weaving hair. And the weave hair specialist is and a weaving hair specialist is someone that I am interested in hiring. Styles and technique braids. I'm looking for a licensed natural hair care practitioner who specializes in braids, be it box braids. I think I got that person though. Is one of the people that are being tutored through this course. It says style braids, a style achieved when hair is divided into three equal sections that are intertwined or weaved into one single braid. I like that. The Cassimus braids is a style achieved when single large extended braids with a tight stitch are tapered and or curved at the end. So I keep saying that I'm going to look online for that, but right now we're studying for this test and we're taking the test on Monday. And so I want to make sure that you know like what types or type of questions there are. Are there is it computerized? That's one of the things I want to know. I love working on computers, so that was easy. Is it multiple choice? Is it fill in the blocks? Like sometimes they'll have pages with questions on them, and you get the questions, but then you fill in like color in with a pencil B, C, D. I got to figure that out when I go in. I really want to know what the test consists of so that I can tell you, so that I can make you aware, so that you can be aware, not make you aware, so that you can be aware, and how easy or how hard the test is. Styles and techniques, braids, cornrow and cane row braids. A style achieved when underhand three-strand braids are interwoven to lie flat on the scalp and can be designed and sculptured into varying patterns with or without extensions. I like that. So I'm looking for a licensed natural hair care practitioner who specializes in braids, styles, and technique braids. And remember, it was talking about transitional hairstyles. This, I believe, is a transitional hairstyle. Let's see. It's a braid out, a style achieved when the hair is braided, either wet or dry, and then open to create a crimp texture or texture effect with added volume. Styles and techniques, coils or comb twists. And that's one of the ways that you can start your locks. You can start your locks anyway. You've seen how I started mine. I sectioned it and then I put each and every one of them in with one knot from the J hook. Didn't that work? I think after the first wedding, I was going to just leave it like that, but I didn't want some of it locked. I mean, knotted and then some of it not. That was cute. Some of it knotted and some of it not. Oh, sorry. All right, let's get back to work. So what I did was I put the knots at the end and I left the top out. Whereas the first time I put the knot at the top and left the end out. And I like that look. I like that one better at first until after I put them at the end and then saw that I needed to create a protective style for someone that's just getting into locking their hair and is willing to take the time to put the rubber bands in. I like this style because they're free. I don't sleep with anything on my head at night. I mean, they're literally free. They are easier to do this to. They are always separated until, of course, when they lock and stop coming, basically coming apart. They might always see like this right here. They might always combine. I don't know. I don't, but I do know that when it stops being like loose on the ends and starts locking all, no matter how big or how short, and stops separating, no matter how long or how short is what I meant to say. No matter how big or how short. I'll probably take the rubber bands out forever, but I don't know. I don't know because I noticed that when I do put the rubber bands in, they look more tapered. So I might go for that. And I said I'm semi free forming. So it's like each individual lock will have its own separate area to stay in. Styles and techniques, coils or comb twists. What people do is they call them, if they do it with a comb, they call them comb coils, but the book calls them comb twists, or they call them finger coils. It's a style achieved when small sections of natural hair are spiraled with comb or fingers to create individual formations of tight cylindrical coils. And so we're going to learn it as coils or comb twists. Coils or comb twists. How come I say that? It's because that's what it's called in the module. You want to stick to the module. It's like we call them tail combs now, whereas normally we would call them rat tail combs. Ask me why? I don't know. Okay, styles and techniques, coils. Nubian coils. Now, I like the word Nubian coils. A style achieved when naturally curly or textured hair is curled into a cylindrical shape with a comb or hands. Okay. Sounds like coils and combs twists. But it's Nubian coils. And it's Nubian coils because it says that your hair is already curly. Naturally curly or textured hair, right? What does this one say? A style achieved when small section of natural hair are spiraled with fingers or comb to create individual formations of tight cyn- cylindrical coils. Nubian coils, a style achieved when naturally curly or textured hair is curled into a cylindrical shape with a comb or hands. I remember my last, I would take my locks and I would just rock them like this, just with my hands, just go all the way down. And then I found out that it helped the frizz to go away, but I like the frizz. But I found out that it helped keep the frizz away. And then I also found out when people did like this, palm rolling the hair. I never did that because I I like, because in order to take care of the the knotted locks, you just, because some people will worry or be so concerned regarding twisting it the wrong way. There was no twisting it the wrong way. You just twist back and forth, rolling the lock in your hand, in between your fingers. Excuse me. Styles and technique. Locks or dreadlocks, is the word is in parentheses. A style achieved when natural textured hair is meshed, intertwined, and interlaced to form a solid cylinder and separate network of hair. Now, I didn't do any of those. I didn't, it's not, oh, well, it's matted. It's not intertwined. It's not interlaced. And I really kind of, sort of, like, kind of would like for flat locks because you hardly ever see them. Okay, new locks, a style achieved when yarn fiber is single braided, beginning the extension of a matte finish to look like locks. And I like that because that's really what it does. If you take a yarn, and if I was to crisscross it like this in my hair, or take the yarn and continually wind it around the hair, in that style right there. When you take the yarn out, and your hair be going like this as you take it out. But when you take the yarn out of your hair, it's been in there so that it would look matted unless you would literally take it loose. And that's what I like that. I like that style. And it's called new locks, a style achieved when yarn fiber is single braided, giving the extension a matte finish so to look like locks. Styles and techniques, twists, Bantu. That was the one. Bantu, not Bantu. How can I remember Bantu? Bantu knot, a style achieved when the hair is double strand twist or coil twist and wrapped around itself to make a knot and secured by bobby pins or elastic bands. And I showed you my Bantu knots, and I said that when these get a little bit, uh, what's the word? See what I'm saying about the tip? That little spiral part is going away. See? And here's one that's spiral. It looks like but several of them is, yeah, several of the that spiral is gone, and then some of them, like I said, have been splitting. This one, uh, anyway, head bantu knot, a style achieved when the hair is double strand twist or coil twisted and wrapped around itself to make a knot and secured by bobby pins or elastic bands. Then you have the bantu knot out. And I don't know if you was with me when I had my head wrap on and then one of my, like this one right here, out of the head wrap. Oh, see, here's another one. And I'm talking about it's just a ball that's right on the end of the hair. I can feel them. That's why I showed it to you. Oh, I'm sorry. It says not Bantu not out. So that will be considered a transition style. A style achieved by a Bantu knot which has been dried and released, creating a style with spiral curls. Styles and techniques. Twists. Flat twist. A parted row of hair that is first divided into two sections and then twisted in an interwoven to lie flat on the scalp. It can be in varying patterns with or without extensions. Okay, styles and techniques, twists, but this one is a double strand twist. It's a style achieved with wet or dry hair divided into two sections and then overlap to create a twist rope effect, dry, or texture effect, wet. We might have to remember that the texture effect when it's wet and then it dries, because that gives you more volume too. That really that poofs it out. Styles and techniques, twists again. Twist set. Oh, I remember this one. This is the two-part twist. I mean, it's called the two-part twist or the two-part set. And what that is, if I'm remembering correctly, is when you twist the hair, two strand twist the hair, and then you only put like the not the roller, but the whatever you do, you put it at the end. Now I got to figure out what it is that you do. Hold on. A style achieved when done on natural or transition hair, twist extensions, weaves, wigs, or locks, which is a double twist and then set on rods. That was the word. Which can only be placed at the end of the hair or lock. I was like, man, I could have started my locks off like that. Okay, hold on. Styles and styles and techniques of twist. Twist curls, a style achieved on textured hair and done by using a double twist method or technique. Sorry, they say the word technique, they don't say method. On wet hair to define the textured curls and waves. So it's like your hair was already wavy or curly, and you wet it, and then you twisted it, and that made your texture more defined. So if you already had waves, it's like no, I'm just teasing. If you already had waves, let me stop being bad. Hold on, let me get serious again. Okay, twist curls. A style achieved on textured hair and done by using a double twist method on wet hair to define the textured curls and weaves. See, here's another one. I told you it's easy to find them, and they're always at just at the end. It was on my neck. That's how I found it. I went to feel what that was, and it was hair. Okay, twist out. Now this is I like this one. Is a style achieved by a double strand twist on any size and length of hair, of wet hair. The dried twists are opened and unraveled to add fullness, volume, and a crimp effect. They also have, I saw a crimp, it's like it was a hot comb. You just close it like this, hold it, open it back up, and your hair is like instant crimped. Okay, here's our tools. The only tools that may be used for a natural hair care service are the hands or simple devices such as combs, needles, clips, and working boards. I didn't think of hands as being a tool, and they are. Scissors may only be used to trim synthetic fibers or hair extensions as necessary. Tools, combs. Let's see what time it is. Okay, it's 41 minutes, so I don't know what time it is. It's just saying 41 minutes. It's not giving me no hints at all. Seriously. So I'm going to stop here because I want to do a lengthy tomorrow session, and we're on page 88. I don't know if that's the right page or not. Let me see. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to stop here. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Hopefully, you've already signed in, you've already joined the community, you've already heard Miss Janice tell about the type. I'm smiling at my fish like he can smile back. You've already heard Miss Janice tell about the types of people I'm looking for. Someone who is willing to do exactly what I am doing. I'm also uh, seeking out to see rather if we are allowed to be inspectors, natural hair care practitioner inspectors. If not, or how to become a natural hair care practitioner inspector. If not, I plan on being the person that um like goes to the shops and does reviews and puts it in the paper. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening. I'm going to go for now, but I will see you next time right here with Miss Janice, your natural hair care practitioner tutor. Okay? I'm Miss Janice, the word reader, but I am doing my best to read these words to help you and myself to become a licensed natural hair care practitioner who specialize in something, braiding, weaving. We can't even we probably can use rollers. I'm just saying. You remember when you were little and your mom took the or dad, depending on if you're my nephew, and helping his daughter with her hair, and took the paper bags or the newspaper. We probably would use paper bags now, but and folded it, then folded it so it can be a little thicker, and rolled the hair up and then tied it. Oh, anyway, I'll talk to you all. This is Miss Janice.